link up with Mwangi Maina. Good morning, Mwangi. Of course, a lot has happened, especially the fact that Kenya has finally lifted that ban on flights to and from Dubai 14 days down the line. Talk to us about that.
Good morning, Ashley. And it's an interesting turn of events that Nairobi has been able to, go soft on the previous stand that it had, saying that Dubai has to come first by, lifting the ban on all passenger flights from coming from Nairobi, and we might call it per se, it's a way of initiating goodwill talks between Kenya and Dubai because of what is at stake. Remember that Nairobi lifted the ban on Monday night, saying that all passengers from Dubai will be able to enter the country with a lot of fees. And the ban that was imposed 2 weeks ago was in a retaliation move by Nairobi against a move by Dubai to impose a ban on, all passenger flights from Nairobi, arguing that Kenyan passengers were presenting or submitting negative PCR tests, but when random tests were done, they later turned out to be positive, Ashley.
In Kenya and Dubai, there was a coup in Burkina Faso, and if I'm not wrong, I understand the president's whereabouts are still unclear. What else do we know about that story?
Ashley, President Roch Kabore resigned in the wee hours of the night after the military takeover in Burkina Faso. This is an issue that has, brought a lot of uproar from the international community, including the African Union, which says that the supreme law of the land needs to be reinstated. The regional trade bloc ECOWAS has also condemned the coup in Burkina Faso, saying that being the latest coup in the Western African region clearly shows that military is influencing each other to try and topple democratic regimes that have been elected by the people. Remember that President Roch Kabore, who came to power in 2015, was the only non-interim president in Burkina Faso who doesn't have what we call military ties. And well, actually, people online are saying that military coups, comparing with the West African context and whatever has been happening in the West African region, the military coups will not be able to solve or to bring any, solution to political and socio and economic crisis.
Okay, away from Burkina Faso, let's talk about Malawi. There's that impending cabinet reshuffle, and Malawian president, that is Lazarus Chakwera, has been under pressure considering there has been corruption issues, not forgetting the economy due to the COVID-19 pandemic. What should we expect from that as that story continues developing?
Actually, quite interesting to see that the Malawian president, Lazarus Chakwera, bowed to pressure from the Malawians because of what was termed as, massive corruption and allegation of nepotism in his cabinet. You need to remember that the Malawian cabinet had 6 figures who were related, although not related to the president per se. And in the recent appointment that the president made was by appointing Kalista Mutharika, who was the former First Lady and wife of the late President Bingu Mutharika, as Malawi's High Commissioner to Kenya. Also, Ashley, President Chakwera has been, on the spot for appointing his vice president's mother-in-law as a Malawi's High Commissioner to Malawi, an issue that has brought a lot of uproar amongst Malawians who came out, protesting, saying that the president came in power, that they elected their president on the basis of being on the forefront, saying that the previous regime of President Professor Ada Peter Mutharika was, had massive corruption and nepotism, rewarding relatives and tribesmen with public positions.
All right. Finally, let's cross over and talk about Cameroon. Of course, the Africa Cup of Nations is ongoing, and Mwangi, we saw that stampede at the stadium. I think at least 6 people died. It's quite unfortunate, isn't it?
Quite unfortunate, Ashley. As of now, 8 have been announced dead from that stampede between Cameroon and Comoros game that happened in the West African country. Actually, you need to remember that AFCON is Africa's, top football tournament that has been followed by so many people across the continent and also all over the world. And this is quite unfortunate, putting in mind that the stadium could only accommodate 60% of, the fans because of COVID-19, and the fans decided to, enter, bringing a stampede that has left more than 40, fans injured, and now 8 people dead.
All right, Mwangi, those are some of the stories, of course, we'll be following up on in the international scene. Thank you very much, Mwangi Maina, for that. Let's now talk about what's trending online. A lot of issues are usually discussed on the online platform. And Sarah Okoro, also known to many as Asha Fox,